No, I mean, not today, another day. Strength and conditioning, massively important part of rugby these days, isn't it? And Antoine Dupont, think about how well he's conditioned, that tackle he put in against Mac Hansen in the Six Nations in 2023. Well, his body was carved here in this gym with the help of the man that you're going to hear from next.
Now, can we just talk about your philosophy on keeping those players fit for that 11.5-month season?
The story of it is I was lucky to work in an Anglo-Saxon environment for a couple of years, a bit more than a couple of years. So it taught me, especially when I was at Saris for 4 years and 10 years in SA, it taught me different sort of qualities to work on in different countries. So South Africa was obviously more dominant in their strength sort of program, and going to England, I've got the chance to learn about ondulation, load ondulation, and basically managing the load of the player.
The load of the player normally refers to how many meters they run and at what speed.
So there is that, obviously. So we can start the cycle from the match, or we can start the a week cycle from a training session, the start of the week, which our high intensity day will be on the Tuesday usually. Mm-hmm. We have to try to keep them at an optimal level through the 11.5 months, and that's basically what we're targeting to do, using different technologies, using obviously our different reports we get from GPS data and from all the technology we can use during the week. So we've got like a frame of week that don't change much. We don't have the freedom to change the different blocks that we got during the week. We try to stay more or less, give the right sort of info to the players and not get them into a permanent change. Well, we've got a bit like a P-max on the watt bike, for example. We do 4 seconds.
Yeah, so 4 seconds they explode on a watt bike, which measures how hard you're working.
And that's safe enough to do. And then we can see the different sort of regression or progression that the guys can reach on that bike. And then we've got obviously the low intensity session we do, and that's the main I would say the main thing to validate on a Monday is to just reintroduce the guy to running slowly with the ball. And then we try to get the right delta as well to get into our Tuesday session. And we just try to get as much intensity and that anaerobic sort of level and capacity we try to develop in the afternoon. So that's our 2 first days.
So Monday, Tuesday, day off Wednesday.
Yeah.
And with recovery
But again
recovery is a thing you push?
Yeah, recovery is very much like a self thing. I mean, if the guy doesn't like to be in the water, we don't force him to be in the water. We prefer letting the boys recover with their family and enjoy a mental rest from the coaching staff as well. As long as the guy refresh mentally, physically, and ready to crack on again on Thursday, whether it's a pre-season week, whether it's a in-season week. But once again, there's no rules for that. Mm-hmm. We like to keep them free and obviously give them the right advice about nutrition and hydration to accelerate the process of recovery. He should have recuperated from the last match, from the last training. And we do test them a little bit more, with a little bit more constraint on Thursday with a CMG jump, so a counter movement jump, which is a simple jump with your hands on your hip. We can just measure lower body power and lower body neural freshness, if I can call it like that. high speed, number of acceleration is high, to basically prepare the player in the best way for the match. We try to keep the work rate low to not fatigue him before pre-match, but still hit a good sprint, good acceleration, and get him to be on peak form at the end of the week. So yeah, that's Friday being like a walkthrough. They call it mise en place in France, which basically organizational walked and just more intellectual part of the preparation of the match.
Thursday's higher than Friday. Friday coming down.
Yeah.
Thursday's more speed, 30-second bursts, and
Yeah,
practicing their launch plays and organised plays. Come down Friday and then boom, match day on Saturday.
That's it. And that's your week.
But remember, that's how a team covers an 11-month season. This is how you have to do it. You have to control how far they're running. Okay, you have to undulate during the week on what they're doing. You have to have low intensity and high intensity sessions. There has to be constant monitoring of the individuals to realise when a guy is fatigued or he's picking up an injury, and be sensitive to his needs, as well as keeping an eye on the greater group, the greater good of the group. I can't get across how important that performance side is to allow a team like this to punch above their weight.
Joe does. Joe does.
Okay, we've come to the team restaurant here in Castres, where Joe Worsley's about to put his former employers out of business. But not before you've broken down how Castres play. We've heard from some of their players, and what are you seeing when you look at them?
So they've changed. We started the process when I was here of trying to change training and try and train the guys to be able to play what's in front of them, like we heard about from some of these other clubs. Being able to adapt and rip teams to shred and accelerate at the right moments. Because traditionally Castres were the team we talked about with the guys, kicking, arm wrestling, sort of team. Now let's have a look at this clip here. So Poe put in a kick, and they don't react too well. The chase isn't that great. Castres are already thinking here about counter-attacking. So instead of Poe having a defensive line there, ready to annihilate anyone counter-attacking in this situation, they've left space. And when Castres fill this space, they're going to go for it. So this first ruck, they play it in under 2 seconds with a quick pick from Tom Staniforth, and then the second ruck's relatively fast. We're beginning to see that they're shaping up on the outside. Were that ruck 10 metres back where it should have been, no chance for attacking, but here there is. There still are 6 defenders in that front line and 1 in the back. They should defend this well. But Castres put a beautiful first pass in. Now they've got to that space out wide. Now it's about how they attack this space. Poe are a bit deep, and you can already see their players are tracking across too much. Because they're tracking across too much, they're not leaving just that space out wide, they're leaving a space behind their backs between them here. Okay, and the Castres team see this, Hulu sees this, and now his ability to read the body language of the player in front of the 19, as soon as he changes direction, he slams down that left leg, steps, and bam, he's gone. He's got his legs free, he's beaten the tackle, now it's fast ball, now it's game on. Now people are starting to light up and get ready. Decron misses a chance to steal the ball here and slow it down. And now Santiago Arata knows things are on, he's seen the fast ball. So just rewinding a little bit here, just to check on what's happening while this is going on, is there are lazy forwards not working to get their spacings. And because of that, there's these huge spaces by the ruck. And this is what Arata's been looking at and anticipating. Okay, were the prop looking at him, he might have a chance of tackling him. But because he's looking at Nakawera, he's got no connection with the inside. Impossible to stop a man like Arata in this situation. This is where the boy accelerates. Even in slow motion, it looks impressive. Then the communications from the players around, because they practice this all the time. Flooding through, supporting, and then just a bit of genius at the end here. Bisson just taking the options. There's 3 options there, and he just takes the perfect pass to the winger Halut, who finishes it off for an amazing score. This is the strength of Castres at the moment. They're second in the offloads as well, so that offloading is a big part of their game. If the tackle's not dominant, players are able to offload, and supports there in place to help them. Probably not a great option to counter-attack there, a poor decision. Most teams would just go straight to this kicking option, but the Castres team have noticed there's some space there on the edge. They're not paying too much attention. They get it, attack the space a little bit, win the one-on-one, offload 1, offload 2. Now it's time, it's momentum. They're good at playing on top. And it's not just the 10s and 9s who pass from the ball. That's a second row passing to a loose head prop. Okay, there's forwards involved in this. They're capable of finishing these tries. Again, they practice this all the time. These transitions, the opportunities, they're sensitive to all these options. Again, poor attack here. Poe defend well, come up, block the outside. He bounces back, Poe switched off. And he should be dead in this situation, but we've got players like Kokoji who can beat a couple of players, make the offload into a Rata, who again always beats men. Now they've got momentum. The Englishman tries to slow it down a bit. But still, Castres ready, the space, where's the space? Let's get to it. You can see it out wide. Some decent defence. Atasobi defends and gets hold of him. But even now, the players are flooding around, trying to support. There's still space there to attack. And with people like Nakawera doing what he does, this will happen.
What a score.
Yeah, so Castres is playing some lovely rugby at the moment, but also it does get you in trouble at times. You're taking risks. This can happen. Okay, you can make these turnovers, and out the back, this can happen as well. So they lose this home game. They lose a home game and they take a try there. And then they simply mess up an exit ruck, leaving too much space and time. Gets all messed up, so get turned over. And again, after the turnover, they adapt poorly and take a second try. So these are points they're giving up, which is why they conceded quite a few points this season, why they lost a couple of home games. So it's a strength. They're doing really well, but they have to wind their necks in a little bit to make sure that either they up their skill level not to give those situations away or take less risk.
And the bravery, the courage to keep going when things do go wrong and you lose games that you should win, to stick to the plan.
Yeah, I mean, we heard from Toulouse when we went to that club about they always believe in themselves. They're going to stick to what they do. They believe in it inherently. Castres, I think, had that same belief.
And they are class to watch.